In a bustling Mumbai apartment, where the scent of turmeric and ginger tea danced with the quiet hum of a Wi-Fi router, a silent war was being waged. On one side was Rohan, a software beta hunched over his laptop, fingers flying across the keyboard. On the other side was the screen, displaying a cryptic error message, connection timed out. For the third hour, his world had collapsed into a spinning wheel of doom. Are Bhagwan, Rohan sighed, running his hands through his hair. I've reset, reconnected, reconfigured. Kuch nahi chal raha. Nothing works. From the doorway, a gentle voice cut through his frustration. Itna gussa kyun, beta? Why so much anger? It was his Dadi, his grandmother, Padmavati. She stood holding a steel tray with 2 steaming cups of Adrakwali chai. Her sari was crisp. Her eyes held a universe of calm. Dadi, it's my work. The internet is kharab, broken. The cloud won't sync, he explained, using the English tech terms as a shield. She set the tray down with a soft clink. Cloud? She peered out the balcony at the actual, fluffy clouds in the sky. Yahan to suraj hai. There's sun here. She then looked not at his screen, but at the sleek, blinking router in the corner. She observed it as one might observe a misbehaving child or a pot of milk about to boil over. Without a word, she walked over. Rohan watched, amused. Dadi, it's not a pressure cooker. You can't just whistle it to work. She ignored him. She first placed her palm on top of the router. Too hot. Yan hayisme. But it's tired, she declared. It had a life, but was fatigued. She unplugged it. Rest is needed for all living things, even machines. Then her eyes traveled along the white cable snaking across the floor, behind the heavy teakwood cabinet where the family Ganesha idol sat. Her gaze sharpened. Yay, deck. Look here. She pointed to where the cable was pinched sharply against the cabinet's leg. Pura dam gutra hai. Its breath is being choked. Rohan crawled over. She was right. The Ethernet cable was crimped almost flat. He hadn't seen it. He had been fighting with code in the cloud, while the problem was a literal physical pinch. As he straightened the cable, Dadi performed her own ritual. She poured a cup of chai, placed it on the tray beside the now resting router, and waved her hand over it in a small, circular motion, as if sharing the tea's warmth. Thanda hogaya hoga. Uske bhi feelings hot hain. It must have gotten cold. It has feelings too. Rohan, now smiling, plugged the router back in. The lights blinked in their familiar sequence. On his laptop, the spinning wheel vanished. The world connected. Dadi, you're a genius. How did you know? She handed him his chai. Common sense, beta. You look at the root. You look for what is pinched, what is hot, what is thirsty. Your computer G was just telling us it had a problem. She said the word problem in her gentle, rounded English. The next day, the saga continued. Rohan's cousin Mira was on a video call, frantic. Her presentation was frozen. My screen is hang, she cried. Dadi, passing by with a bowl of dal, glanced. Uska ank hein thak gayi hein. Its eyes are tired, too many windows open. She gestured at the dozen tabs on Mira's browser. Close the ones you don't need. Like cleaning the cupboard before Diwali. Make space. Mira closed the tabs. The video call smoothed. She stared at her grandmother, stunned. The legend of Dadi tech support grew. When the smart TV refused to stream a Sas Bahu serial, Dadi didn't check the internet speed. She asked, Humne kaluse wo dukai wali picture dikhai thina? Didn't we make it watch that sad movie yesterday? Maybe its mood is off. She then changed the HDMI input back and forth, calling it Iska man balane katareka, the way to appease its mind. It worked. When the food delivery app glitched, refusing to apply a coupon, Rohan's father grumbled about bugs in the system. Dadi, overhearing, said, Bug? She fetched a neem leaf from her little kitchen garden pouch and gently tapped it on the phone screen. Neem fixes many bugs. The absurdity made them laugh, And in that moment of reset, the app suddenly worked, the coupon magically applied. Rohan began to document these fixes, not as solutions, but as stories. He saw the pattern. Dadi never spoke the language of bandwidth, cache, or server. She spoke the language of life, rest, breath, space, mood, and care. Where they saw an error code, she saw a story of discomfort. Her troubleshooting was an act of empathetic observation. The climax came when the entire building's network went down. Neighbors filled the hallway, phones in air, complaining about ISP issues. Rohan was about to join them when Dadi looked out at the furious monsoon rain. Sab isiliye! That's why, she said simply. She went to the prayer corner, lit a diya, and said a small prayer for the lines outside, for the men who might be working on them in the storm. An hour later, the internet returned. The neighbors credited the ISP's technicians. But in Rohan's home, they knew a different truth. They had practiced a different kind of patience, one rooted in acceptance rather than frantic demand. That evening, as they all sat together, Dadi looked at the glowing devices around them. Ye sabaka hai, she said. This is all good. Parinko bi payar chahiye, but they also need love. They connect you to the world, Pa. Don't forget to connect here first. She gently tapped her heart, then Rohan's forehead. Rohan finally understood. Dadi wasn't fixing machines. She was fixing them. She was reminding them that before you rage at a cloud, check if the cable is pinched. Before you blame a bug, clear some space. And sometimes, when the world disconnects, all you can do is light a diya, share some chai, and wait with grace. Her tech support was, in the end, the oldest support of all. Profound, simple, human, common sense, the ultimate operating system.